Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 558, and we are live in Southwest Florida. Today, we're in my backyard. If you're joining me live, please say hello. If you end up watching the recorded version, please also feel welcome to say hello because I get notified of all of those comments as well, and can answer your questions there. If you're joining me live and have questions or you want to share what you've been working on, would love to hear from you. I have been very busy this weekend, and in addition to making cat toys, to making my kitties happy, I've been working on a new shawl that I'm excited to share with you. I'm missing some names. Hi, Becky and Lisa, Christine, Kathy, Judy, Lily. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Hi, Lisa. Glad you all could join me live. I know we normally do Monday mornings at the beach. Hi, Joe and Harvisha and Judy. Thanks for joining live. But I want to make sure that I find a beach that's not crowded if I'm going to be doing the beach ones. Hi, Grace and Linda and Edna. A non-crowded beach that also has good Wi-Fi, which, believe it or not, I've yet to find. That's why I do the Zen videos at a different beach than I do the live streams, because the Zen videos are quieter beaches, but they have no Wi-Fi for doing the podcast. Hi, Petra. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Happy Monday. Hopefully you had some fun over the weekend. Has anybody been crafty over the weekend? Has anybody been working on projects? I will be releasing this pattern with video hopefully by tomorrow. I'm using 4 different colors of Biso Baby yarn and doing 2 color stripes, and it's so interesting because it's a 3-row stitch pattern, and I'm doing 2 rows of each color for 4 colors, so it's an 8-row repeat of the stripe, and it's a 3-row repeat of the stitch pattern. And would you believe that the repeat for the whole pattern then is 24 rows? So this is so cool. At the moment right now, I'm at the end of the first repeat. Isn't that exciting and interesting and weird? Petra's working on a hat. I saw someone else said hairpin lace. I'll show it up close. You can see it's a very simple stitch pattern, but what I'm doing is starting each row with a flower fringe, so it's going to be fringed. What was the song I was playing on Instagram? Oh, I was playing Let It Be by the Beatles on Instagram. Yeah, I was playing my piano yesterday morning. I thought it would be really fun to name this song. I might do it again. Maybe I'll do it later today. It might be fun to do for a couple of weeks. We'll see. So you can see by starting each row with the flower fringe, you end up getting the same color on both sides then. This is where I have to weave in my end still. So it's 2-row repeat, 2 rows per color. So by starting each row with the flower fringe, you end up getting the identical flower fringe on each side. So you start the row, go across, start the row with fringe, go across, then cut that yarn and start the next color. So it's 2 rows per color, 4 colors, and a 3-row stitch pattern repeat. Just so interesting. So you can see where the shells aren't the same color in a row. So the orchid doesn't have a shell in that stripe. The princess pink does. Aquamarine doesn't have one. And then the peacock teal does have a shell. Is that right? Right. And so then orchid does have a shell. It didn't have a shell in that stripe. Princess doesn't have a shell in this stripe, but it did in that one. Aquamarine does have a shell in this stripe. It does not in that one. And then peacock teal does have a stripe in this, does have a shell in this one and does have a shell in that one. And going on and on, you'll see that they're all, each of the stripes is different. And so it's not until we get to the row I'm on now, which is the 24th row, at 24 rows, now the pattern will start repeating. I think that's really cool. Just to, it fools the eye. You know, you can't see the pattern so perfectly at a glance, and I find that so interesting. Hi, Melissa and Sarah. Thanks for joining live, everybody. And so I didn't go to the beach this morning because I want to do a little research and make sure that the beaches aren't busy. I don't want to go anywhere busy right now. I'm trying to be mindful of social distancing for myself and everybody else. And I have so many things going on here that I thought you might enjoy seeing my backyard because we haven't been here in a while. For starters, I released a new pattern yesterday that has a knit and crochet version. And you may have seen the pattern or the little silly video I posted of the kitties. So I made these little knit and crochet little mouse toys, and they have little ears at the top. You can see little ears. They both have tails. These have both been beaten up very badly over the last 24 hours. I stuffed them with fiberfill and catnip. And I used that chain plying technique to do it with 3 strands of Be So Baby yarn held together. So the knit one's on a 9mm knitting needles, and the crochet one is on 8mm crochet hook. So they're super quick to make, super easy to make. If you have little kids around in the next couple of weeks and you need something quick and easy for them to make, this might be a good project. Also, I think it's really fun to teach people how to make something for others. So whether you're not making something for other people, teaching kids how to make something for animals might be a really fun distraction as well. That's twofold. It's not only crafting, but it's also giving as well. Thank you, Olivia. I am going to go over the plants in my garden as well. I've been working on improving my green thumb, and so I've got some plants going on with some really interesting stories, and we'll talk about all that in a minute. So you can find these as free patterns on my website, and if you and you can do an ad-free PDF download. And what else? I guess, oh, and each one takes 1 ball of Be So Baby yarn. This is Diva and this is Splash. And kitties have been really loving them. They're busy right now. There's birds going on. Someone's mentioning my top too. Wait do you see this. I wore this because I wanted to talk about it too. This is a beach cover-up. But so it's a real thin fabric. I have to wear a tank top underneath it. But as far as knitters and crocheters go, I know once I show you some of the details of this, you're going to go, that would make a great pattern. First of all, it's just a big square, right? We've done ruanas and ponchos and all sorts of things like this before. But what I wanted to show you, and this is really, I bought it because of the pom-pom fringe. I'm so excited about that. I've had this for years though, by the way. Can you see this seam sewn right here? Is it showing up on camera? I can take it off if you can't see it. Can you see that little seam? It starts right below my elbow, or right below my armpit, and it only goes to right here. So you can see, okay. See this seam, what it's doing is creating sleeves, but it's not doing it all the way down. How interesting is that? So it's still open on the sides. And then they added a bit of a ruffle at the bottom for flounce. And they added the corset tying, which you know is one of my favorite things in the world. So even though this is a beautiful cotton beach cover-up and it's got a cute floral print, I think that this is actually really great inspiration for for a knit crochet cover-up, but also for a poncho or ruana or caftan or just flowy top. So I thought I'd share that with all of you. So if you are inspired to just start it now, that's fine. I will definitely be making a pattern inspired by this because I think using crochet motifs or a knit lace stitch pattern or a crochet stitch pattern or both, I think it will be just an amazing top. And then having said all that, this is a woven fabric, so there's no holes in it, but when we put holes in, when we have tops that have holes in them, you know what else you have available to you then is to create not only this type of waist shaping, but we could actually cinch it there and create, and put a belt in there too. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's so cute, but you can see from a knitter and crocheter's perspective, you can see potential when you see garments with interesting shaping, can't you? I know a lot of you will agree with me on that. Grace sees crochet potential in all her clothes lately. Grace, I 100% agree. I can't even go to the store without seeing knit and crochet potential. Everywhere I go, I see something that makes me think of thanks, Edna. Hope you're taking precautions too. Yeah, I'm not going to focus too much on the virus because I know everybody is getting great information from the news and CDC and all sorts of other experts. And I'm just going to try to focus here on what we can do to stay positive and what we can do, because the only thing we can control is ourselves. So the only thing we control is what's going on in our brains. And if there's any way that I can inspire you to be creative, be crafty, be kind to yourself and others. That's my focus, because that's the only thing that I can really do to make a difference right now, is to spread my joy and inspire other people to create joy in their worlds too. I know that being cooped up with family can be extremely stressful. I know on social media you'll see, oh yay, it's all family time. I know that that's not the reality for everybody. So whether it's through crafts or cooking or planting or meditating, there's all sorts of ways that we can still focus within and try to find ways to be positive and spread joy. So that's the other reason why I stayed home this morning instead of going to the beach, because I'm really excited to show you some of the things that I'm really excited to show you some of my plants and get your feedback on what to do. Okay, back up for a second. What was I saying? Okay, so I am working on a bag, and I'm creating a really cool handle with the bag that's a 5-strand flat braid. And I decided to make a tutorial for it because I thought right now this would be a really awesome project to teach if you wanted to teach anybody how to do some crafting that has no or minimal or zero crafting experience. And so I created this 5-strand flat braid with 5 different colors of Be So Baby yarn, and I wanted to ask you guys, what would you like me to create? What kind of pattern would you like me to create with this? Do you want me to do a simple bag? Do you want me to, or what do you think? Do you want this one to be a handle as well? Because I want to create this video. I mean, if you did it in smaller yarn or all the same color yarn, this could be a necklace or a lanyard or a bracelet, a belt. There's all sorts of things that you could do with it. But for the tutorial, I was thinking about doing a simple bag. Yeah, okay, everybody's saying bag. Okay, great, I'll do a bag. Then the next question is which color? So I chose Splash, Cobalt Blue, Violet, Buttercup, and Diva for this. And I was thinking that the Cobalt Blue would be fun for the bag. What do you guys think? And so this will be a pattern that I'll put out in the next couple of days too. Yeah, bag would be really fun with this, right? I'm thinking blue. Okay, I see a couple other blues. All right, so that will be coming up soon. And wait till you see this tutorial. If you know how to braid hair, you know, the 3-strand braid, if you know how to do that, 5-strand is such a slight alteration of 3. It's going to blow your mind how easy this is. If you have, you will pick this up in the tutorial video in under a minute. It's that easy. I'm so excited to share it. So I've done it twice this week with crochet chain. Obviously you could do it with rope, you could do it with I-cord, you could do it with knitting, you could do it with wire. I think I want to do a bracelet with it where I take crochet wire and make 5 chains of crochet wire and then braid them together. I think it'll be amazing. But for this one, for the tutorial, I want all 5 colors to be bright and vibrant so I can say, you push the blue one, you do the purple one, you do the yellow one. It'll be great for teaching. But But after that, just the sky's the limit with the types of projects we can make. Oh, baby Bjorn's playing with his toys. Yeah, so, oh, Ellen wants to learn crochet bags. I've got lots of crochet bag patterns. Let's see, someone's learning to make crochet socks right now. That's wonderful. Thanks, Edna. Aren't they bright and cheerful? I think these are just such cheerful colors. Now, if you made it smaller, it could be a headband as well. It could definitely be a portion of a necklace or a whole necklace. I think I'd like it as a belt, just maybe all in the same color. But for teaching, it's going to be so easy to teach the braiding technique on the 5 colors. So that video will be coming soon. What else? Yeah, a choker would be so cute. Absolutely. Okay, so I want to show you some of my plants before we go any further. So let me turn this around. So this plant here, this is a spider plant, and I have a really interesting story to tell you about it. See all these babies on it? This plant is over 150 years old. The reason being is that my mom's family has cut babies from the same plant and passed them on to people for 5 generations. 5 generations? Yes, 5 generations. And so my mom gave me this one this year, and I am just so in love with it. Look at all the babies dangling down. Isn't that amazing? But it is a 150-year-old plant that's been in my family 5 generations. I think that's just incredible. All right, next, got a fern. These grow really well in our humid climate here. So I'm trying my hand at ferns right now, but I'm also trying to do some food. So I wanted to show you, I've been watching those videos, and I know you have too, about how to take your food scraps to make food. And these are my green onions. Where they're cut right here, that's where it was just the root. These were only an inch long, and I planted them in potting soil, and a week later I have almost the same amount of green onion that I originally bought at the store. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to cut them down today, and I'm going to have free green onions for the first time, and I'm guessing they'll just keep going. I cut the root off of a celery stalk yesterday. That one hasn't, that's only a day, so. And then down here, I have lemon seeds in this one that haven't sprouted yet. And this one, I just noticed the sprouts this morning. This is a red bell pepper. Isn't that great? So my red bell pepper, I pulled the seeds out before I ate it, and I put them in this pot. Obviously, there's going to be too many in here, and I'll have to repot them. But that is a red bell pepper, and those seeds are a week old now. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I thought these might be fun crafts to do with kids in the next couple of weeks too, especially since the green onions showed results. How fast were the green onions? You start seeing results with the green onions in like a day. All right, this one is my flowering aloe vera. And you can see I repotted it recently. Marlon gave me this for Christmas a couple years ago. And I have babies in there. I don't even know how the babies grew or where they came from, but I think that's probably from the flower. And then this one's dying. I think it needs replanting. This is a pineapple that I cut off the top of a pineapple a couple years ago. But it's not doing so well. And then back here you can see my plumeria tree, which is not in season. And then all my beautiful bougainvillea. So I have 3 colors of bougainvillea back here. I've got the fuchsia, and then the coral red, and the violet. There's like a mauve-y color and a white that I don't have. And I was thinking that sure would be fun to round out my backyard, wouldn't it? So those are the plants. And I think that if you have any of those foods at home and you have some potting soil at home, it might be super fun to teach some kids how to grow some food. And the green onion was by far the easiest and showed results the quickest. So it might be great to get kids' attention on watching things grow. Just a thought. What else do I have back here? I don't know. I wasn't reading questions though. So does anybody have any questions about what I showed this morning? Oh, and inside I have a couple of plants too with plant hangers. I've shared some patterns for plant hangers recently, and one of them is from 52 Crochet Gifts book. I will also be doing another one probably, and maybe a knit one too. Oh, Dizzy Stitches, your 13-year-old daughter loves gardening. That's awesome. She'd probably love to grow food from grow plants from food scraps, unless you're already doing that. Yeah, the plant with the babies is so cute, isn't it? It melts my heart to see all those babies. Christine's growing plants too. Wonderful. So someone was asking how you grow. No, the green onions are not in full sun. They get morning sun where they're sitting. That's wonderful, Dizzy Stitches, that your daughter likes to grow food over flowers. I like both, but food, I really want to get better at growing food. Who wants to say hello? Maybe not. This is Bjorn. You want to play with your toys? Hmm? I made a video of you yesterday. So it was so cute when I was making the two toys. If you haven't seen the video yet, it's not very long. It's only 2 minutes, but I condensed down a few things. Bjorn was so helpful when I was making the toys. He sat there and was like touching it, and I had catnip too, so I'm not saying it was me or the crafting, but he was touching the toy as I was stuffing it, and that's part of the video. And then Becker, he didn't care about the making of them. He cared about beating them up. So there's some of the video where, when cats kick with their feet. Christine watched it and it melted her heart. I'm so glad. Joe loved the video too. I had so much fun making that. That was so fun. And, I just wanted to give people ideas for making stuff for others. I know it's a stressful time right now. Thank you, Josie. I love my top too. Yes, and I wore it because I wanted to give people ideas for making crochet tops, because there's so many elements about this top that we could absolutely do in knitting or crochet. So just a recap for those joining now. Green onions will grow by putting the bulb in water too. Great. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, so this is going to be a scarf/shawl pattern, and it should be out probably tomorrow or the next day. And it uses 4 colors of Be So Baby yarn. I've got Orchid, Princess, Aquamarine, and Peacock Teal. Kind of looks mermaidy, right? Do you think those look like mermaid colors? I just thought they were about as cheerful as I could combine. Thanks, Grace. I love the colors too. It's gorgeous, it's easy, and as you know, I've talked about this many times before, especially on the Designing Live videos. I see shaping in this one. So there's a couple of spots on here that I think are excellent candidates for shaping. So this could definitely be a candidate for making top-down triangular shawl, and raglan shaping for a pullover, and lots of potential here, because I definitely think this is an excellent candidate for shaping, especially in these 2 double crochet sections right here. That's where I see the potential for creating corners. So that's good news. So I'm going to ask you all then, what would you like to see me make on the next Designing Live with that stitch pattern after I design it into shaping? Would you like me to start a top-down cardigan or pullover, or would you like me to start a triangle shawl? I figured since this is already a shawl, maybe a garment would be fun, but I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think? No, the post office is not shut down, Christine. It is not shut down. The post office is open, and I'm shipping every day. Okay, cardigan, garment, shawl, getting lots of Another cardigan. Top down cardigan. Duster, top down top, pullover. Summer top, cardigan or spring top. I think I'll do that one in one color though, because there's just so much going on that, you know, when I talk about this a lot when I talk about my style of teaching, is that I like to try to keep only one thing new as I'm doing stuff. So the color work is complicated. It's fun for doing color work when the project is simple, but when we go into a little more complicated of a top, I think doing a solid color would be better. A duster over a tank top. All great ideas, guys, and all things that can easily be modified once we do the shaping. So once I teach the shaping for the yoke, there'll be so many different ways to apply it in, you know, especially when you're doing top down. You add sleeves, you don't add sleeves. You adjust the length for waist, for hips, for duster. There's all different ways to continue modifying. The key is getting the shaping done first. Thanks, Thea. I love my yard. I don't spend nearly as much time out here as I would like to because I'm always working, but it's such a treat to come out here, and I thought I would share it with all of you today. So I am going to do some research and try to figure out where I can find a quiet beach that also has Wi-Fi to continue doing the podcasts while being mindful of social distancing. I'm going to try to figure that out. Otherwise, I will continue doing the Create Zen videos because I know that beach is quiet, and although it doesn't have Wi-Fi, I can still do recorded videos there. So we'll definitely get some sunset videos out this week to share that with you, maybe even a sunrise. And we'll definitely try to get back to the beach for the podcast as soon as possible. And I will still be doing the Designing Live video on Friday, where we'll do probably something like that, probably some sort of a garment. Someone just said that they are getting knit and crochet now in their area. That's wonderful. Yeah, Joe, I think now is a very good time to create more Zen videos, don't you? The problem is that it's so busy here right now with spring break and season and so many travelers that just as long as there's crowds, I want to avoid them. Hi, Ruby. And obviously those videos are all in existence if you want to go, if you feel like watching a sunset video, you can pop over to my Create Zen playlist and watch them anytime. Oh, Judy saw my pattern in Crochet Magazine. That's wonderful. They haven't sent me a copy yet. I've gotten a couple of emails from people saying that they liked it. So I did a beautiful crochet lace ruana for Crochet Magazine, and you might remember when I did this. I did it in Be So Fine yarn in Parisian Bordeaux colorway. Did it, well, gosh, last year, I guess. And so I guess it's out in the summer. Is it spring or summer? Can anybody tell me what issue it's in? Thank you, Judy. I love it too. I had a hard time mailing them the sample, and I told them that when we were taping the show last month too. I said it was not easy. It was not easy mailing that in. I really wanted to keep it. I'd love to keep it for myself. Can anybody tell me what issue it's in? Is it spring or summer that people with subscriptions are getting in the mail right now? I know the birds are so beautiful here, aren't they? They cheer, it's summer. Okay, thanks. So Crochet Magazine, if you're already subscribed, the summer issue has already been sent out. Otherwise, for the rest of us, it'll be showing up in stores soon, I'm sure. And I think you can buy the digital download of it on their website. As soon as I have access to photos, I will make a blog post and share all of it with you. I reached out to the editor over the weekend when I heard that it was out. So as soon as I have more information, I will definitely share it with you. Annette, you can get that pattern online as well. So even if you don't have access to getting the physical patterns, I know that that company also does a digital download of the magazine. Yeah, it is exciting. I'm excited to share it with you guys. Oh yeah, feel better, Melissa. Sorry you don't feel well today. Does anybody have any other questions? So post office is open. My shop is open. You can continue shopping with me. I know people have been asking me that as well. The post office is definitely open, and I'm taking packages to the post office every single day. So please feel welcome to continue buying yarn and books and patterns and anything you like from me. Every little bit counts. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who is continuing to shop for me. I really appreciate it very much, especially right now. Someone's waving their tail. Yeah, they see something out there, and they're both eyeballing something really close, really closely. Okay, so I brought some Create, Share, Inspire notebooks out with me. These are still on, I left these on sale for 50% off still, so you can still get these at half price on my website. I thought it was a really great time to be encouraging people to buy inspiring notebooks. If somebody would like to pick a number between 2 and 7, I happen to grab issues 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Anybody wants to pick one of these, I will, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think someone said 5. These are all photos of the beach that I took here. And if you open up the cover, that's when you can see the whole photo. Okay, so we'll pick one from the 5th. This is a good one. Mark Twain. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. And it will always make you feel good about yourself too, right? It kind of reminds me of that other quote, other people's opinions of me are none of my business. It kind of ties in with it, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. But doing the right thing is for yourself, not for anybody else. And it will astonish some people, and it will gratify some people, but at the end of the day, it's about how you feel about yourself, and doing the right thing will always make you feel better about yourself, no matter what. So thank you, Mark Twain. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. However, their opinions are none of our business, and we do the right thing to feel better about ourselves and to inspire other people. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed my backyard, my kitties, all the show and tell, and the cute patterns that are coming soon, and the kitty toys that are available now. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.